Hey everyone, it's Karen. So Heather did this video years ago, not really years ago, but it seems like a long time ago, called the Hindsight is 2020 reader tag. And I have left it at the top of my watch later list because I've been wanting to do this tag and I am finally getting to it. Basically, this is questions about how you developed as a reader and stuff like that. And it was created by Erin Go Read. I will link her below and I will link Heather below. So anyway, the first question is, what were you like as an early and learning reader? So apparently I read decently early. I don't know. My mom was a teacher, but it wasn't really she wasn't crazy about teaching me when she got home. So my brother and I just had kind of an enriched childhood where school was present, I guess, without being forced on us. So books were always around. We were always being read to, stuff like that. The first book that I apparently ever read was Mike's New Bike, which is high quality reading material about Mike, and he got a bike and it was too big, and then he got a different bike and it was too little. And I actually do not remember having this as the first book I ever read, because it was the book More Spaghetti, I Say. That was the one that was yes, I am a reader. I can read this all by myself. I got it off the shelf, read it, and was shocked that I could read it. So that's the book that sticks into my head as being the first book that I could read. But yeah, so then I started school. I went to a Catholic school in kindergarten, first grade, and preschool, whatever. And we didn't really have reading groups. We had whole class instruction and stuff like that. And then I moved to a public school in second grade, and that's when we had reading groups. And I was not at a super high reading group. I was definitely maybe second highest or something like that. But I was never at the top for so long. And basically it was because I can read really, really well, or I could, well, I still can, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about when I was in second grade, but I couldn't read super well out loud. I could read really well in my head. And I just felt there was so much pressure to read out loud. And we had parent volunteers that would come in and have us read to them and all this stuff. So in second grade, I remember the first chapter book that I ever read was Dawn and the Surfer Ghost, which was a Babysitter's Club mystery. And so I think that's decently good if I was reading Babysitter's Club in second grade, but I was not at the highest reading group and I was kind of mad about it, and it's all good now. Okay, the next question. What book or series really got you excited about reading? So I kind of already talked about how More Spaghetti, I Say, was the first book that I was yes, I'm a reader. But I read super weird crap as a kid, so I kind of made a little pile of what I currently have from when I was a kid, but I know there's more at my mom's house and stuff like that. Anyway, I was super into emo stuff, kids dying of cancer. And I don't know if that was common in the 90s or if that was just me. But just as an example, there was this Angels Watching Over Me about this girl. She has cancer. Actually, let me just read this. Happy holidays. Bah humbug. Happy is not the way Leah Lewis Hall would describe herself at the moment. She's spending the 12 days of Christmas in Indianapolis Hospital, where her mother is thousands of miles away on a honeymoon. Who would do that with husband number 5? What kind of trash did I read? Leah went to the doctor with nothing more than a broken finger, but she's ordered to undergo some tests. Now she's stuck in a hospital alone. I'm not going to keep reading, but I think that she ends up with leukemia, I'm pretty sure. Then there's this Amish girl that she meets, and I think she falls in love with the Amish girl's brother or something like that in the hospital. Something about angels. I don't know, but I read very weird cancer and dying books as a kid. And then if I wasn't reading those, I was reading super scary books. The Ghosts of Mercy Manor was one of my favorites by Betty Wren Wright. I read as many books of hers as I could. I also read loads of Mary Downing Hahn. Wait Till Helen Comes. I feel like I should reread these and see if they're very good. And then this book was super good. Totally Haunted Kids. It's like true ghost stories, but actually the first one in it actually seems like it could be legit for real. So yeah, these were really good. Look at her like on point style. And then Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I was never as much of a fan of these as other kids in my class, but we definitely had Bloody Mary, and like kids in our class would read the story, they would go into the bathroom, they would do the Bloody Mary thing, and they would freak out, and then basically we were banned from doing it because kids were scared to go to the bathroom. So there's that. I also loved other mysteries like Peppermints in the Parlor and anything by like John Bellairs and stuff like that. And then this was my favorite like fantasy book before Harry Potter and stuff like that, Into the Land of the Unicorns. It starts off so exciting with this girl and her grandma, and something happens and they have to go in this church and hide, and someone's after them, and I don't really know. I feel like I should reread this one as well. Okay, what's the next question? Oh, hang on. Has there been a person in your life, real or fictional, who inspired you to be a reader? Yes, my mom, because she read to me until I was in high school. Legit, in high school, she was still reading to me. And we would snuggle in bed and we would read aloud, and it was just amazing. And now she has to suffer the consequences of creating a reader, because that's all I talk about, and that's pretty much all I spend my money on. At what point did you begin to identify as a reader? Probably when I read more spaghetti, I say. But I was definitely like a person who loved books long before that. There's a picture of me in the newspaper going to a library program when I was like 3 or 4. I mean, like, that was my life. I loved going to the library and going to bookstores. How has being a reader shaped your life and worldview? I feel like it just exposes me to a lot of different lives that I can't live because I'm me. And there's a certain way that I choose to live, and there's also like I'm in my own skin. I can physically only make so many choices in life, but also like I am me and my personality and my interests and my likes and all that sort of stuff. So I think that reading has just allowed me to see things from other points of view, like just experience things that I wouldn't be able to experience before. And also it's just a really unique hobby around here. Like over the weekend I read outside, and there was like 3 different people that walked by me, and they were like, "You're reading? Oh my gosh, like, look at you, go girl." And then one person's like, "It's a real book." Like, they were so shocked that somebody was reading. And like, it was a little chilly, so at first I was like, oh, maybe it's like weird to read outside when it's not like 80 degrees or whatever, but no, they were literally shocked that I was reading. So it's just my own quirk. I like it. I'm not going to tag anyone. That's the next question, because everyone's already done this. If you haven't done it, you totally should do it, because I thought it was really fun to talk about my background. Mainly the most fun part, I feel like I would like to do a longer video where I only talk about what I used to read as a kid, because I feel like other kids from the 90s could like, kind of enjoy that. But anyway, that is it, and I will talk to you guys later.